Hi everyone, it's Nathara, and today I'm going to be going over the new photo pack, Snowy Fairytale. And just a quick reminder, you do only get what's listed in the pack contents. You do not get the display outfit included with this. So today I'm going to be going over the chat bubble, Runaway Piglets, the full body pose, Winter Whispers, the scene, Snowy Alley, and the dynamic pose, Snow Magic. So here is a look at the scene. All around, you have a lot of little buildings and a few alleys that you can look down. I do like that these buildings are actual 3D assets, though the inside of them, to save on rendering, is just flat pictures, and the perspective is kind of off. As you can tell, like, that doesn't make sense at all for the inside of this building, but it's easy to look over, especially most of the time you're going to be like down here taking pictures. Well, even that perspective is a touch off, isn't it? Yeah, that's super weird. I wish they would have put a little bit more effort in the pictures they use to put in the windows to make it look like it's a lively building. I do like all the clutter in the streets. That's really cute. I do like the feet marks. Oh my gosh, English please. The footprints in the snow, that's really cute. And I like the dropped wine bottles. I definitely, most likely, am going to try and use this chair and have my doll looking drunk in that chair with the wine bottles around. I think it'd be pretty funny. And there's like little fireworks in bundles all around. And there's cauldrons. And actually, does that say whiskey? Something whiskey, yeah. Premium quality. We've got the good stuff over here. It does go really far back because the dynamic pose for this one brings you really far back. Again, it's just more clutter in the streets with the crates and everything, and then the images, some of the windows are blacked out. I do like the buildings that they chose to decorate this place with. It's a very small building for a furniture warehouse. I like the little flags that go between. That's really cute. Very tall building. Alright, so I was gonna do the posable area like how I normally do, but I can't because there's so many buildings in the way and the posable area is actually quite large. But this is as far forward as you can come up. This is as far left as you can go. And this is as far right as you can go. Now you can go back and you do dip into this building right here. And then you do pop out the back side, but you can continue going back into like those buildings and everything. And it's the same with the other side. You dip right into the buildings. This is about as far into this alley as you can get. Here is our sink. And here is how high you can go compared to the rest of the scene. So you can be up here with the rooftops, so you can't be on top of the really tall rooftops. You can be on top of the smaller ones and the mid-sized ones. So here's the lighting from the front, the lighting from the right, the lighting from the back, and the lighting from the left. And here's the lighting on the darkest and lightest shade. It's really good on both of them. It's perfect. Honestly, I love it. Alright, and here is the pose Winter Whispers. It is a full body pose again. I do like how the legs are modeled. On the slight lean forward. I would raise her eyeballs a bit though. She's like looking down for some reason. But it is a pretty cute little pose. Here it is with a right hand held and a left hand held and a two-handed And here it is with focus on. And I'm going to try and do my best for the free cam on the dynamic pose, but she does fly in from really far, so I can't get the main part of it, but she does float around. I will redo that part, that was messy. Alright, maybe this will be better. There she is. Not bad. But like the other dynamic pose, the running one where we come in, that first half is gonna have you like off into the distance. We can actually, let's turn free camera off and see maybe what this looks like in a different scene. Oh, that's cool. So yeah, it's going to be just like the other one where if the scene is like more made out, this pose will be super good in it. But otherwise, if it's a different one, kind of like the dream, like any other scene that's not built around it, you'll just be floating around in like an empty space until you get inside of the scene. Pretty cool. Even still, you know, I love how she drops down like that. That's awesome. Alright, so I've paused her right here, and I'm just going to click through and see if any of the items work as, oh, that's interesting, work as the broom section. So Spirit Whispers works. Fishing Bamboo works. Rose Abysm works. Heart Scepter works. Sunlight Heart works. The Wish Igniter works. And I do like that this one is flipped around in the hands, kind of like how the last one, it's stuck off on one hand and the other hand was just floating in the air. I do like that both hands are on the key with this one. Amazing Brush works. The Scythe works, yay! The Solitary Patrol works. Orchid Prayer works. Oh, the lightsaber works, though it's not like attached to you at all. Whimsy Tail works. Lime Imagination. Where did her hands go? That was weird. Of course the hammer doesn't work. It would be really nice if the hammer did work. I'm gonna move her over out of that light spot. Heavenly Order works. Echo Preview works. The Crystal Staff works. Unruly Song works. I really wish there was an option to turn off the effects on dynamic poses. The Witch Chapter Broom works. Candy Story works. Antique Nuts works. Star Chase Staff works. Oh my gosh, the one thing that Whip Force works with. Let's see if it's just glitched out. Yeah, I mean, it does work, so you can ride your Whip Force. Shiny Moment works. And that is it for the handhelds. And hopefully one day we get the option to actually have these things follow you, because I do have the floating follow clicked, so I was kind of hoping for the magic carpet to actually spawn underneath of her, so it should look like she was flying around on the carpet instead of the broom. But the floating items don't really follow you in this mode for some reason. Let me go try it in home mode really quick. Yeah, even in home mode, the floating item stays fixed to the character's original position instead of following you, which kind of sucks. It would be so much cooler if it actually did follow you. But here is the expression for Winter Whispers. She does look down and she has a slight smile that's open. You can kind of see her tongue in there. Kind of surprised. There's a bit of teeth too, but she does look down. I would definitely raise the eyes. And here's the expression for snow magic. That was a super big smile. Very smile heavy, not too bad. I probably won't be using it too much because I've got plenty of expressions that give me the smile that I like for my doll. Alright, and now I'm going to click through the filters so you can kind of see how you might be able to change the ambience of the scene itself. And for our retouch settings, our DOF. Not much changing with that. I wonder if it's because I'm zoomed out. I kind of thought the buildings in the background would disappear, but they're not. And our white balance. I like that. I like the warm toned. That's nice. Saturation. Contrast. I was like messing around with the filters and everything, and it turned the sky into kind of like a sunset sky almost. Kind of pretty. Alright, and not necessarily a hotspot like what I normally go over, but right here in front of this window, she gets like super glossy. So that could definitely be useful for some pictures, like if you wanted to make it all grayscale, she could kind of look metallic. Kind of like, I saw this once on Red Note, this middle one right here. I'm gonna switch it all. So you can kind of make it look metallic a little bit if you change all the settings and everything. And it is the same thing in front of this window over here. If you get in front of it, she does get a very strong backlight to her. Although I think I like the light from this one a bit better. It's prettier. Maybe all of the windows might have this light that comes out. Let me check. Actually, no, let me not check. That's a billion windows I'd have to check. Well, if you get light from... Well, this one isn't even on over here that I was standing in front of. Okay, hold on. Okay, so there is like, as I move through that alley, there's a bunch of like different light sources hitting her, as you can see. So this scene is full of light sources that you can get all sorts of different like side lighting for different types of pictures. Like the window from the left is hitting her right now. Go back a little bit more and it's a bit stronger. And then the window from the right hits her. And then they're both gone. So I think each window is going to have some light that comes off of it that you might be able to use to your advantage. Overall, it's a pretty cute scene and I'm happy to have it. I do love the dynamic pose. I love that she comes flying in on that broom. It's perfect for all your witchy fits, and this is a super cozy little village right here. I definitely think it's very Disney and very Harry Potter at the same time. Like these flags make me think of the four houses, and even the music that comes with the dynamic pose is super Disney. Maybe I'm the only one who thinks that, but it definitely feels very Disney related to me. This entire set does. Alright, and here is the chat bubble runaway piglet. It is a pig poking out of a spam can. From what I can see, the text in it is white, which I love. I love whenever they give us text that is a different color than a traditional black. It's so cute, and I love the little pig coming out. That's adorable. And yeah, the spam can for a chat bubble is perfect. I love it. And I did pair it with the little piggy background because why not, you know? It's cute. They both have pink and blue. It's adorable. Alright, and that's everything I have for the new pack, Snowy Fairytale. I hope you found this useful and helpful in deciding if you would like to purchase it or not. I will talk to you later. Bye bye.